Hi learners, how are you? A very good evening to all of you who are watching this session and to the ones who are watching the recorded session as well. I'm your physics educator Kalyan K Awasthi, and this happens to be the title of the session, right? Application of Refraction. But before we start the session, let me just check if I'm live and then we can start with the class, right? Okay, I guess things are sorted. The audio is clear, the video is also clear. Okay, great. Chalo bhai, let's start the class like we always do. We'll be starting the session with a very brief introduction. I mean, many of you might be watching me for the very first time, so a brief introduction is required. My name is Kalyan K Awasthi. I'm your physics educator at Unacademy, and as far as my qualifications are concerned, I have done my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering and my MTech in Digital Communication. And yes, I'm teaching physics since 2008-9, and the same experience will be reflected in all my sessions, right? Now, bachcho, at Unacademy we are having these two Telegram channels. The very first being the general Unacademy ICSE and ISC board channel, जहाँ पर आपको इस कैटेगरी का, इस गोल का सभी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा, सभी प्रमोशनल डिटेल्स मिलेगा एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली सभी एजुकेटर्स के सेशन का डिटेल रहेगा, राइट, ऑफ एंड ऑन. And the second Telegram channel is the Telegram channel that is managed by me. It's my Unacademy Physics Telegram channel, and if you're connecting with me, you'll be updated with all my upcoming sessions. Most importantly, you'll be updated with the slides of my sessions, right? Slides of my sessions. Like, I guess all of you know that right now we are having a series called Swadhyay, right? And in fact, we will cover the entire term 1 physics in this Swadhyay series. So this happens to be the second last lecture, I mean the second last theoretical lecture this month for Swadhyay, right? So आपको स्वाध्याय सीरीज के सभी सेशंस का PDF, poll questions, quiz questions, everything you will be getting on the Telegram channel, right? And apart from the YT classes that we are having at Unacademy, we do have special classes as well, and we have a very valid reason for calling them special classes, right? Three basic reasons. The first being the classes are absolutely free. You do not have to pay anything for these classes, and free of cost you can watch your favorite educator. The other being the engagement that we have in these classes. The engagement level is quite good, right? The engagement is quite good, and we ensure this engagement through polls, right? अभी पोल्स आप पूछोगे, पोल्स क्या है? क्लास 10th के लर्नर्स के लिए जो भी लास्ट ईयर के इंपॉर्टेंट बोर्ड क्वेश्चंस हैं वो सभी हम पोल्स के थ्रू करवाते हैं अपने स्पेशल क्लास में. Every special class has minimum 4 to 5 polls, and occasionally we have poll wars as well, right? अभी इन poll wars में minimum 20 to 25 questions are there, which I guess are enough, right? So that is one thing which makes these classes special. And the third being the doubt clearing tab that you have, right? You get chance to clear all your doubts in these special classes. There is a doubt tab. आप उस doubt tab से live class में अपना कोई भी problem पूछ सकते हैं. You can send me this pic, you can write it there as a text, right? So that makes these classes special, and these are my next special classes that I'm having on 25th. That means on Saturday I'll be having a pole war on force, right? On Saturday I'll be having a pole war on force, and on 30th I'll be having a pole war on work, power and energy. So these are the two special classes that I'll be having. So I would love to see you all in these classes. I'm sure you're going to love them, right? They'll be very, very, very good. Chalo. Now, apart from these special classes at Unacademy, we have plus classes as well. Now, let me just brief you what these plus classes offer. The very first thing is that you get to learn live from the comfort of your home. अभी आपको कहीं जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. इन दिस पैंडमिक you can learn all your concepts, you can learn all your sessions घर पर ही. The second being the unlimited access that you have to all the courses, right? All the courses mean all the courses can be accessed unlimited number of times. Top educators of the respective categories, and yes, every fourth session is a doubt clearing session, right? Every fourth session is a doubt clearing session. The other features being the exhaustive course coverage of the syllabus, right? अभी प्लस क्लासेस में वी कवर 100% कोर्स, राइट? Each and every line of your textbook is covered, so that makes these classes super special. These are few other features that we are having, like you get the study material in the PDF form, practice test sessions, live test series, and batch courses. So these features make the plus classes stand out, and we would love to have you all in the plus classes. This is the pricing part. अभी आप clearly देख सकते हो बच्चों, अगर आप अपना ड्यूरेशन बढ़ा रहे हो, the price per month is dropping significantly, right? So if you're a class 10th learner, we would love to have you for minimum 1 year or maybe 3 years for class 10th, 11th and 12th. That will be very, very good for all of you. Yes. And one more thing, if you're using the code Kalyan Live, this is my code Kalyan Live. तो अगर आप ये कोड यूज करोगे तो यू विल बी गेटिंग 10% एडिशनल डिस्काउंट, राइट? आपको जो भी प्राइसिंग दिख रहा है, इस प्राइसिंग पर 10% एडिशनल मिलेगा, which I believe is a very good thing, right? And yes, Unacademy has come up with a very superb offer for the learners who want to move a step ahead. If you're a class 9th learner and you are, clubbing your class 9 subscription with this IIT JEE NEET Foundation, you have to pay only 31k 50 rupees, right? All you have to do is you have to use the code Kalyan Live. Okay, I guess that is pretty clear to all of you. Yes. Now in the Swadhyay series, like we always do, whenever we start a new session, a brief recap is needed, right? It is the need of the hour. You have to understand what you have completed and what we are going to do. Abhi last session was on refraction, right? The session was on refraction. Abhi refraction mein, in the previous classes we have studied both the laws of refraction, most importantly which is mu2 upon mu1, right? And we are calling it Snell's law. Very important law. We have completed this law in the previous session, and we have done few very good questions on the law as well, right? So one thing, this is one important thing. The other being, we have understood what refractive index is, right? What is a refractive index? I mean, how is it related with C and V? The speed of light, the speed of any ray light in the medium, and C is the speed of light in the air. So yes, it is related with these values. So we have already completed these values. 9. तो अभी आज के क्लास में what we are going to do, we are going to study basic applications, right? जिसमें से सबसे पहला है आपका apparent depth, right? And then we'll be moving on to the critical angle total internal reflection. So this is going to be the course of action for today's class. अभी अगर आप basic बात करो real and apparent depth की, a very basic question is, अभी if you are standing in a swimming pool or you are viewing any object that is underwater, what you notice, आपको वो object अपनी actual depth से कम पर दिखता है, right? If the actual depth is h, आपको वो ऑब्जेक्ट दिख रहा है h dash, then this h dash is less than h. Okay, ऐसा होता है, right? Yes. Now in today's session, what we are going to do is we are going to mathematically see how this happens, right? And we are going to derive a formula, and depending on that formula we'll be doing few questions as well. तो सबसे important चीज़ है बच्चों इसका ray diagram decode करना. If you are able to decode the ray diagram, things become very easy and they're not out of your hands. So पहली चीज, अगर आपको ऑप्टिक्स में कोई भी रे डायग्राम बनाना है, यू ऑलवेज नो दैट एनी ऑब्जेक्ट इज विजिबल जब उससे निकलने वाली लाइट इट फॉल्स ऑन आवर आईज, राइट। अभी देखते हैं, दिस इज अ पॉन्ड और अ वाटर बॉडी एंड लेट अस अज्यूम दैट दिस इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट O, राइट। अभी ऑब्जेक्ट से जब रे निकलेंगी, वो रे व्हेन दे विल फॉल ऑन आवर रेटिना we'll be able to see the objects. तो चलो let's see how it goes. अभी let us assume मैंने 2 रेज निकाली, the very first being the normal, and I guess all of you know a ray that is incident at an angle of 0 degree, या जिसको हम normal incidence बोलते हैं, that ray passes undeviated. Yes, I guess it does. Yes or no? That ray passes undeviated. Let me just drop in a message so that those who want to join can join it. Okay. Now let's talk about the second ray, how it can be formulated. कोई भी आप ऑब्लिक इंसिडेंस ले सकते हो, मान लो मैंने ये ले लिया, राइट। अभी सबसे पहले आई हैव टोल्ड यू 200 times, all those who are watching my sessions from the beginning precisely for optics, I have told you a number of times, whenever you are drawing a ray diagram, सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नॉर्मल का होता है। तो लेट्स ड्रॉ द नॉर्मल। राइट, फाइन। अभी यहां पर इट इज वाटर, यहां पर इट इज एयर। आई एम श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू कैन रिलेट दैट वाटर इज डेंसर देन एयर, सो वेन एवर अ लाइट रे मूव्स फ्रॉम डेंसर टू रेयरर मीडियम इट बेंड्स अवे फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल, राइट। तो ये मेरा लाइट रे इट विल बेंड अवे फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल, ऐसा कुछ चला जाएगा, यस, राइट। अभी जस्ट ध्यान से देखेंगे ऑल ऑफ यू, if I extend this ray this way, तो it appears to meet at this point, right? इसको I बोल देते हैं, I guess यहाँ तक किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना? Now let's follow the basic rules of refraction and see this was my normal, right? So let me change the pen for better visibility. This should be the angle of incidence, right? This should be the angle of incidence and this should be the angle of refraction, ठीक है ना? वो पॉइंट A था और इस पॉइंट को बच्चे हम B बोल देते हैं। So far so good. नॉर्मल को हम n dash बोल रहे हैं, I'm calling the normal as n dash. So far so good, I guess. No one should have any problem in this. Yes. Now, अभी कुछ बेसिक रूल्स देखते हैं एंड बहुत ध्यान से देखेंगे बच्चे। मैं ये वाली रो बना रहा हूँ, ये वाली रे बना रहा हूँ एंड आई एम ड्रॉइंग द नॉर्मल, ठीक है ना? एंड मान लेता हूँ दिस पॉइंट इज B, यहां से मैंने इसको ज्वाइन किया O। अगर बच्चे ये एंगल I है तो ये एंगल भी I है, राइट? तो क्या मैं इस एंगल को भी I बोल सकता हूं? विल इट वर्क? I guess it will. Yes. If you're watching the session, you are able to relate with it. If that is I, this angle is also I. Come on, yes or no? हाँ सर, I होगा। अच्छा, अभी I am drawing one more ray. Again I am drawing this ray here, है ना? And this normal here. Is that okay? और मैं ये वाली रे यहां बना रहा हूं, नाउ दिस एंगल इज आर, ठीक है ना, दिस एंगल इज आर, क्या ये एंगल भी आर नहीं होगा? Aren't they corresponding angles? Yeah, they are. I guess all of you relate with it, right? Let me just see if anyone. Please, if you're watching the session and you have any doubt, feel free to ask in the chat box, right? Okay. तो मैं इस एंगल को भी R बोल दूं, will work? I guess it will. Yes. So far so good. किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो प्लीज लेट मी नो, अदरवाइज आई हैव जस्ट डिकोडेड द एंटायर डायग्राम फॉर यू. अब मेरे को बताओ, अगर मैं आपको बोलूं व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल लेंथ ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट, एक्चुअल हाइट ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट, इजंट इट AO? यहां से देखो, ये मेरी एक्चुअल हाइट है जिसको मैं बोल सकता हूं रियल डेप्थ, राइट. बट ऑप्टिक्स की रूल क्या कहते हैं? जहां पर हमारी दोनों रेज इंटरसेक्ट करेंगी इमेज वहीं बनेगी. तो अगर मैं आपको बोलूं अपैरेंट डेप्थ की बात करूं, अपैरेंट डेप्थ, क्या अपैरेंट डेप्थ AI नहीं है? इजंट दिस माई अपैरेंट डेप्थ, right? I guess yes, this is my apparent depth, right? अभी बहुत ध्यान से देखेंगे, बहुत ध्यान से. I'll be taking two triangles, right? In triangle ABI, just check it out. This one, ABI. अभी मैं ये ट्राइंगल ले रहा हूं, ठीक है ना, आई कैन टेक इट, नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. इस ट्राइंगल में व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन R? साइन R, साइन थीटा इज परपेंडिकुलर अपॉन हाइपोटेन्यूज, राइट. तो इसका वैल्यू होगा बच्चे AB अपॉन BI. यस, देखिए किसी को डाउट हो तो प्लीज फील फ्री टू आस्क. दिस विल बी AB अपॉन BI, होगा ना. चलो, नाउ लेट्स टेक अनदर ट्रायंगल. अब की बार अपन ले लेते हैं ट्रायंगल AB and O, right? Let us take triangle AB and O. In triangle ABO, right? जरा ध्यान से देखो, अगर मैं आपको बोलूं you have to find the value of sin I, what will be the value of sin I? It will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that means AB upon OB, right? It will be AB upon OB. Is that clear? Abhi what will be the value of sin I upon sin R? This will be right. So sin I upon sin R will be equal to, यहाँ तक क्लियर है, it will be BI upon OB. Yes, I guess this is clear. It will be BI upon OB. देखो डायग्राम ध्यान से, ओके. अभी जरा ध्यान से देखो, this is where my eye would be if I am observing the image. आंखें यहीं पर होंगी. अभी the aperture of the eye is very small. तो ये जो दो रेज मैंने बनाई हैं जो आपको बहुत दूर दूर वाइड दिख रही हैं, एक्चुअली ये बहुत पास होंगी. यस, तो आई एम चेंजिंग द पेन ताकि आपको समझ में आए. A and B will be very close to each other, है ना. A and B will be very close to each other. अगर A और B एक दूसरे के बहुत पास हैं तो मैं BI को I can write BI as AI लिख सकता हूं. देखो, and I can write BO as AO. Yes, I can write BO as AO. Yes or no? लिख सकता हूं बच्चे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ठीक है ना. तो लेट मी जस्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट दीज वैल्यूज हियर. Sin I upon sin R is equal to AI upon AO. लिख सकता हूं, बिल्कुल लिख सकता हूं. अब जरा वापस से फिगर को देखते हैं. I sin I एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस इज इन दिस मीडियम. अभी ये वाटर है, अगर मैं इसको जेनरिक बोल दूं और बोल दूं कोई मीडियम है, एनी मीडियम अदर देन एयर, तो स्नेल्स लॉ कहता है is equal to mu2 upon mu1. That means second medium divided by first medium. तो second medium कौन सा है? Second medium air है, तो मैं mu a लिखूं. And what is the first medium? What is the first medium? First medium is general medium, mu m, right? तो मैं इसको ऐसे लिखूंगा, है ना. And I will call it refractive index of air with respect to medium. ऐसे बोलूंगा इसको, refractive index of air with respect to medium, है ना. I'll call it this way. ठीक है ना. तो अभी I can kind of reverse it as well. जरा वापस से लिखते हैं. हमारा आंसर आया था sin I upon sin R is AI upon AO is equal to mu ma. I can write it this way. I get this will work, no problem. Now the reversibility of light says ये फॉर्मूला होता है बेसिक फंडा फॉर द रिवर्सिबिलिटी ऑफ लाइट. आई गेस यस, ऑल ऑफ यू नो, है ना. होता है. तो अभी यहां से देखो, इफ आई यूज दिस, इफ आई टेक दिस, I can write AO upon AI is equal to 1 upon mu AM, right? AO upon AI can be written as mu MA. Now this looks more logical, right? This looks more logical. Why? Because we have a habit of, taking the refractive index of the medium with respect to air. Yes? So this looks more appropriate. अभी जरा ध्यान से देखो. कैन आई राइट म्यू एम ए इज इक्वल टू व्हाट इज ए ओ. डायग्राम पे देखो, ए ओ इज रियल डेप्थ एंड दिस वन इज apparent depth. I guess yes. रियल डेप्थ एंड अपेरेंट डेप्थ, इसमें भी मुझे नहीं लगता किसी को प्रॉब्लम होगी. वेरी लॉजिकल, राइट. ठीक, फाइन. तो यहां से मैं अपेरेंट डेप्थ निकाल सकता हूं. आई कैन से दैट माय अपेरेंट डेप्थ इज इक्वल टू रियल डेप्थ divided by refractive index of medium with respect to air. Now this is a very important formula, very important formula. अब मैं अगर आपको बोलूं कि how much the image has shifted, now बहुत ध्यान से देखेंगे. Let me just change the pen for you. अभी this one, this one. This is your shift, right? यही आपका shift है ना? Shift को क्या बोल सकता हूँ? I can say shift is equal to AO minus AI, right? बोल सकता हूँ, right? है ना? अभी यहां से if I take AO constant, यहां तक ओके, जस्ट चेक इट आउट. What is AI upon AO? यहां से this will be AO 1 minus 1 upon mu MA. लिख सकता हूं शिफ्ट, तो मेरे पास शिफ्ट का फॉर्मूला आ गया. शिफ्ट इज इक्वल टू रियल डेप्थ 1 minus 1 upon mu MA. yes, बन गया बच्चे? गॉट इट, राइट? आई गेस यस. चलो अभी एक क्वेश्चन करते हैं, एंड आई गेस क्वेश्चन से यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट इन अ बेटर वे. ठीक है ना? आई विल बी सॉल्विंग इट फॉर यू. Coin is kept inside the water. Okay, so your refractive index of the medium is 4/3 at a depth of 12 centimeter. Okay, ध्यान से देखेंगे, right? At a depth of 12 centimeter. So what is the real depth? It is 12 centimeter. When viewed vertically above, by what height the coin appears to be raised? अभी आपसे वो shift पूछ रहे हैं, आप समझ रहे हो ना? They are asking you the shift. Is that clear? बात समझ में आ रही है? But they are asking by what height the coin appears to be raised. अभी जरा यहां पर देखो, this one. नहीं, how can you go about? Shift is real depth 1 minus 1 upon, right? This is the formula, just check it out. yes. अभी देखना गलती क्या होती है, ध्यान से देखना. all the बच्चा पार्टी, the real depth is 12, 1 minus 1 upon 4/3, right? yes, right? So this will be 12, 1 minus 3/4, right? So this is 12 into 1/4, so this is 3 centimeter. तो यहाँ पर things were well within your reach. Why? Because आपको इसका मीडियम का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स दिया था, बट सबसे ज्यादा गलती यही होती है. ओके, at times you are not given the refractive index properly and then you have to find it, और वहां पर you often get it wrong. So when you are doing these questions, be very particular when you are using the refractive indices, right? And for those who are watching the session, please like it as well, right? The logic is clear to all of you. Many of you might be watching the recorded session as well. Okay, chalo. Now see, again a very good question, very good question. अगर हमने क्वेश्चन को डिकोड कर लिया, देन आंसर इज वेरी इजी, वेरी इजी. ध्यान से देखेंगे. अ पोस्टेज स्टैम्प kept below a rectangular glass block of refractive index. तो ऐसा करते हैं, स्लैब ले लेते हैं, मान लेते हैं यहाँ पर एक पोस्टल स्टैम्प रखा हुआ है, राइट। तो अभी मेरे को बताओ, जो ग्लास स्लैब की थिकनेस है वही इसकी एक्चुअल हाइट है, एक्चुअल या रियल हाइट? यस, वॉट एवर थिकनेस the glass slab has, that is the actual height. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yes है? अच्छा, the refractive index of the medium, the refractive index of the medium is 1.5. when viewed vertically from above, it appears to be raised by 7 meter, raised by 7 meter. शिफ्ट आपको क्या दिया हुआ है? 7 mm दिया हुआ है, राइट। द शिफ्ट इज 7 mm, मतलब ये पर्टिकुलर पोस्टेज आपको यहां कहीं दिख रहा है, ये हाइट आपको 7 mm दे दी है। इज दैट क्लियर? आपसे क्वेश्चन में पूछ रहा है कैलकुलेट द थिकनेस ऑफ द ग्लास। मैंने आपको क्या बताया, ग्लास की वही थिकनेस होगी जो एक्चुअल हाइट है। मान लेता हूं द थिकनेस ऑफ द और द रियल हाइट इज d, मान सकते हैं। अभी मेरे को बताओ व्हाट विल बी द अपैरेंट हाइट? apparent height will be d minus 7, yes or no? The apparent height will be d minus 7. I guess you are able to relate with it. It's very easy and conceptual. Yes. Now they are asking what is the thickness. तो यार बहुत सीधी सी बात है, you know the formula, mu is equal to, यहाँ पर देखो this one, refractive index of the medium is real depth upon apparent depth. यही यूज करना है, right? real depth is d, apparent depth is d minus 7. is that clear? right? अभी mu का वैल्यू है, okay, mu का वैल्यू है 1.5 is equal to d upon d minus 7, right? 1.5 is like 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is equal to d minus 7. 3d minus 21 is equal to 2d. So d is equal to 21 mm. So the correct answer will be 2.1 centimeters. Is that clear to all the learners who are watching the class? I guess it should be clear. ठीक है ना? All of you? Yes? Now, there is one more constraint to it. Let me just help you with that as well. What are the factors, या मैं बोल दूं डिपेंडेंस ऑफ शिफ्ट। अभी आपने देखा, सी दिस apparent shift is या रियल एंड apparent depth is because of the refraction of light. अगर यहाँ पर देखो लाइट रिफ्रैक्ट ही ना होती कभी, ये जो रिफ्रैक्टेड रे है इसकी वजह से ही आपको सारा apparent और शिफ्ट देखने को मिल रहा है। यस सुनो, राइट? तो ये जो शिफ्ट है ये किन किन पैरामीटर्स पे डिपेंड करता है, that is also equally important. So let's see what are the parameters. सबसे पहले it depends on the refractive index. आपको फॉर्मूला से ही पता चल रहा है, राइट? ओके, हायर refractive index, more shift. ओके, राइट? वेरी लॉजिकल, आप फॉर्मूले से ही क्लियर कर सकते हो, राइट? ठीक, राइट? चलो, द सेकेंड वन बीन the thickness of the medium, ध्यान रखेंगे अभी जैसे यहाँ पर excuse me, the glass was the medium, excuse me, thicker medium corresponds to more shift. देखो थिकर मीडियम इज नथिंग बट योर रियल डेप्थ. आपने अभी क्वेश्चन में देखा, अगर आप मीडियम थिक ले रहे हो तो रियल डेप्थ बढ़ती जा रही है. अगर रियल डेप्थ बढ़ती जा रही है देन ऑटोमेटिकली द शिफ्ट विल इंक्रीज. यस, आई गेस यू आर एबल टू रिलेट विद इट, राइट? अगर मैं ये मीडियम का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स बढ़ाऊं 1 अपॉन समथिंग, डिनोमिनेटर में मैं वैल्यू बढ़ा रहा हूं तो 1 अपॉन समथिंग डिक्रीज करेगा. दैट मीन्स ये पूरा चीज डिक्रीज करना चाहिए. अगर मैं छोटी वैल्यू 1 से घटा रहा हूं तो ये पूरा चीज इंक्रीज करना चाहिए. और अगर ये पूरा चीज इंक्रीज करेगा तो मेरा शिफ्ट भी बच्चे इंक्रीज करना चाहिए. इज दैट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? Right? Is the logic clear to all of you? I mean the mathematical relation. Yes? Right? If you have any problem, just let me know. The third one is the dependence on wavelength. Right? Increase in wavelength decreases shift. Right? अभी देखो इसका लॉजिक क्या है. लैम्डा डैश इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा अपॉन म्यू. एक फॉर्मूला होता है, आई एम श्योर आपने प्रिज्म में पढ़ा होगा, राइट? इसमें भी है आपका. अगर आप वेवलेंथ बढ़ा रहे हो तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कम होने लगेगा. अगर आप वेवलेंथ बढ़ा रहे हो तो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कम होने लगेगा. अगर रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कम होने लगेगा, ये वैल्यू कम होने लगेगी, तो जस्ट ऑपोजिट फिनोमेना हो जाएगा. राइट? यस, सो दैट इज द लॉजिक. हाय, हाउ आर यू? Right? So see, instead of deriving a logical concept, if you are able to relate it mathematically, it will stay with you for a longer time. Right? So that is what I am trying to help you with. Anything here? Okay, hi. So that is why I am trying to help you with a little bit of mathematical approach. Right? Fine. And I guess all of you know these formulas, so that is not a problem anymore. One more thing here. If I say that the refractive index of a medium with respect to air is x upon y, ठीक है ना? Right? What does it mean? What does it mean? This is a body, say. This is a body which is having a refractive index of x upon y. So what will it signify? Right? This means the thickness of the body appears y by x of the real thickness. Okay? Logic, we have already derived a formula. This is the formula. यहां से कर सकते हो, यहां से कर सकते हो. Right? Right? Is that clear? All of you? Anyone? right? So this real and apparent depth is important for your numerical point of view. The two numericals that we have done, these are the two numericals, right? Okay, I guess what is wavelength? Okay, wavelength is basically the distance between two consecutive crests, troughs, compressions, rarefactions. Whenever a wave travels in any particular medium, right, then there are certain points on the waves. In layman language, we often call the distance covered by the wave, right? The distance between two crests, troughs, compressions और rarefactions. हम इसको length of the wave से भी symbolize करते हैं, right? It's like this. If a transverse wave is moving in a medium like this, now these points are called crests and these points are called troughs. So the distance between any two consecutive crest is wavelength, or the distance between any two consecutive trough is wavelength, right? Wavelength is related to the graphical nature of the wave, right? Anything here? Is that clear? Feel free to ask any other problem if you have. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Yes, bache, anything else? Chalo. Let's move on to the second application. The two questions that we have done, if you're watching the session, please make sure you do both these questions. They are important and maybe they might come in your board exams as well. Now, another application, rather than application, we have to first understand what the phenomena is, and then later on the phenomena will eventually map to the application part, right? So let us see what happens. Normally what we have seen is, of all the ray diagrams that we have drawn, we have normally taken the ray moving from rarer to denser medium, right? We have always taken the ray moving from rarer to denser medium. What if let me just draw the normal. This is your normal, and now we are reversing the roles of the medium. We are taking this as a denser medium and we are taking this as a rarer medium, right? Now a light ray is incident and it is moving from denser to rarer medium. What will happen? Will it bend towards the normal or will it bend away from the normal? Obviously it will bend away from the normal, right? This being the angle of incidence and this being the angle of refraction. Now what we are doing is we are continuously increasing the angle of incidence. अभी हम इसको बढ़ाते जाएं, then the angle of refraction will eventually increase, and there'll be a point. Now this is important. There'll be a point, or maybe say there will be an angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction will be 90 degree, है ना? एक ऐसा angle of incidence आएगा. This is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray. मैं incident ray को बढ़ाता जा रहा हूँ, angle of refraction बढ़ता जाएगा. एक ऐसा angle of incidence आएगा जबकि angle of refraction 90 डिग्री हो जाएगा, है ना? अब अगर इस एंगल के बियॉन्ड मैं एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस बढ़ा दूं तो क्या होगा? What will happen? Will there be refraction or will there be something else? Now let's try to understand it graphically. मान लो मैं एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस इससे ज्यादा बढ़ा दूं, अभी क्या होगा? द लाइट रे विल स्टार्ट कमिंग बैक इन द प्रीवियस मीडियम. जिस मीडियम से आपका लाइट रे चला था, the light ray will start coming back in that medium. Is that clear? Right? Now I'm फिर से repeat कर रहा हूं, again repeating. If the angle of incidence in the denser medium is increased, the angle of refraction in the rarer medium also increases, right? If we keep on increasing the angle of incidence in the denser medium, we will get a particular angle for which the angle of refraction will be 90. That angle of incidence in the denser medium, let me write it. Angle of incidence in the denser medium for which the angle of refraction is 90 degree. We call it critical angle. Okay, right? The angle of incidence in the denser medium for which the angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree, that angle is called the critical angle, right? अभी जरा इसको बहुत ध्यान से समझते हैं, right? It's very easy, okay? It's not at all difficult. A lot of students often get confused with this critical angle वाला part, but you do not have to be worried about it, right? देखो स्नेल्स लॉ क्या कहता है, sin I upon sin R is equal to, मान लेते हैं डेंसर मीडियम इज ये डेंसर मीडियम है, इसको मैं ग्लास बोल देता हूँ, और जो रेयरर मीडियम है इसको मैं एयर बोल देता हूँ, चलेगा, राइट? अभी मेरे को कोई डेंसर और रेयरर चाहिए भी टू रिलेट विद इट, यस, इज दैट क्लियर? तो मैं डेंसर को ग्लास बोल देता हूँ, रेयरर को एयर बोल देता हूँ. तो एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस कहां पर है? इन द डेंसर मीडियम, है ना? तो दिस इज μ2 अपॉन μ1. तो व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ μ2? फाइनली आप एयर में जा रहे हो ना, देख सकता हूं. अभी अगर आई एम कंसिडरिंग द केस ऑफ क्रिटिकल एंगल, फॉर दैट I is equal to 90 degree, right? I is equal to 90 degree. तो इसको लिख सकता हूं sin 90 divided by sin R. Okay, just a second, थोड़ा सा let me just correct it. Okay, yes. The angle of refraction is 90 degree, right? The angle of incidence is critical angle. Now we are representing it with C. This is a small c and we are calling it critical angle, right? I guess that is okay, nobody minds, right? चलो अभी देखते हैं. तो I can say I की जगह मैं sin C लिख दूं, इसकी जगह मैं sin 90 लिख दूं, और इसकी जगह मैं μ a g लिख दूं, राइट? sin 90 is 1, so sin c is refractive index of air with respect to glass. एक चीज हमेशा ध्यान रखेंगे, हम हमेशा रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर ही निकालते हैं. तो इट्स बेटर टू राइट दिस एज this is a better notation, isn't it? Isn't it a better notation, right? Yes, fine. Chalo. So this is the formula for the critical angle. We'll be doing a lot of numericals in this. Maybe in the next session, if you have seen the title of the session, it is Let's Do Refraction Numericals. The session is tomorrow 9 p.m. So yes, we'll be doing a lot of numericals there. Is that clear to all of you, right? Chalo. Now one critical angle is very important. I mean, वैसे तो आपके book में there is a chart, but there is one critical angle which you should always remember. Okay, कैसे निकालोगे? You know that the refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3/2. अभी flint और clown glass का अलग अलग होता है, but in general, what is sin C? It is 2/3, right? अभी जब वैल्यू पुट करोगे तो C का वैल्यू you will find 42 degree. So all the learners who are watching this session, a very basic advice to all of you, आप सभी को एयर ग्लास इंटरफेस के लिए क्रिटिकल एंगल याद रखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि we'll be using this critical angle a lot about it, excuse me, when we'll be doing prism. ठीक है, ध्यान रखेंगे बच्चे, हम ये क्रिटिकल एंगल बहुत ज्यादा यूज करेंगे जब भी हम प्रिज्म करेंगे. Anyone having any doubt? Now let me just check the chat box. If there is anyone with any doubt, feel free to ask it, no issues. Okay. Now, apart from the critical angle, there is one other phenomena that I have told you, that is total internal reflection. अभी मेरे को बताओ, total internal reflection has a very wide application, very wide application. I'll be keeping a separate session for prism, जहाँ पर हम prism से related सब कुछ करेंगे, be it TIR or anything, we'll be doing everything related to this. Okay, but later, not now. ठीक है ना? तो total internal reflection क्या है? Let me just help you out with it. In the denser medium, right, if we increase the angle of incidence beyond critical angle, okay, बहुत ध्यान से, it's very very important. Come on, the light ray starts reflecting back in denser medium, okay, and this phenomena, my dear students, is called total internal reflection. Okay, ध्यान रहेगा, it was not at all difficult. Yes, I guess yes, right? Just go through it once, the basic formulas only, right? Not the entire part, the basic formulas only, right? So these are few applications that we have for the refraction, critical angle, TIR, and in tomorrow's session at 9 p.m. I guess, yes, 9 p.m. we'll be doing numericals, a lot of numericals on them, and few very conceptual questions, right? Chalo, now let me just help you with the batches that we are having. But before that, let's do few questions. So anyone who can help me out? The cause of the great shine. A very popular question, very very popular question. See, अगर कोई भी body shine कर रही है, that means a lot of energy is being reflected, तभी वो shine कर सकती है. So the answer is total internal reflection. Okay. Now the second one, which of the following is an example of total internal reflection? Take time and 1 or 2 minutes. Tell me the answer. It's very easy, बच्चे. And if you're watching a recorded session, please pause the video and just see if you can get the correct answer. Okay, please pause the video and just see if you can get the correct answer. Right? Theoretical questions हैं, ऐसा कोई ऐसा issue नहीं. This one you will not be able to do it right now. A total internal reflection occurs when the light travels from a rarer medium हो नहीं सकता, denser to rarer medium हो सकता है, हो नहीं सकता, denser to rarer medium with हाँ. This is the correct option, right? This happens to be the correct option. Is that clear to all of you? Now let me just quickly help you with the batches that we are having. Right now for class 9th, a new batch started on July 13th. It's a English batch and we are calling it Avengers. It's an all subject batch, means let me just change the notion of the pen. Means physics, chemistry, maths, bio. In this batch, Manan sir is taking maths, Shivam sir is taking physics, Ritika ma'am is taking chemistry, and Bhavna ma'am is taking biology. The times are mentioned below, and yes, you can be a part of this batch. The best part here is if you're taking the subscription for class 9, you get the subscription for 10th, 11th, 12th free. All you have to do is you have to use the code Kalyan Live. ठीक है ना, आप ये कोड यूज करके आप इस बैच में enroll हो सकते हो. It's an English batch, and the best of the best educators are teaching in this batch, right? Be it Manan sir, Shivam sir, Ritika ma'am or Bhavna ma'am, all are highly qualified and well experienced in their respective fields. So yes, you can take this. And for class 10th also, there is a new batch called Titans. The batch has already started on July 13. It will be starting on July 13. And yes, you can enroll in it. Manan sir is taking maths, Shivam sir is taking physics, Ritika ma'am chemistry and Bhavna ma'am Agarwal biology. अभी इस बैच में भी आप enroll कर सकते हो. The same funda, Kalyan Live is the code. You can use it to avail 10% discount, right? One more important thing, that Unacademy has come up with a new feature and they're calling it the community part. अभी यहाँ पर you can be a part of the community. Now, why is it good to be a part of the educator community? First of all, you never miss an update from him or her, right? You get the session PDFs, which I believe is a very good thing, and many of you are quite looking forward to this. And yes, you can share your feedback directly with the educators via polls. This is another important thing. And if you want to be connected with me in my community, then yes, you can connect with me. You can follow me on the Unacademy. As soon as you'll be following me, you'll automatically be connected to my community. And in my community, you'll be getting two quiz questions every morning, except on Sundays and holidays. So that will help you prepare well. Fine. And yes, in case you have found anything derogatory or inappropriate in this particular session, and you are the very first one to report it, you get a chance to claim for your prize, which I'm sure you won't find in this session and maybe in none of the sessions at Unacademy. But yes, this is an offer for you. In case you find one, you can report it. The link for the form is there in the description box. You can anyways fill that form and get it done, right? Now that is all from my side in the session. I guess the session was fruitful for you. So अभी जितने भी लोगों ने Unacademy को YT पर सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, first of all फटाफट से just subscribe it, right? Click on the bell icon so that you are updated with all the notifications. बहुत important है, right? The notification part is very important. Make sure you are there. And yes, you can like the video as well. You can share it if you have not liked and shared it yet. And once the class ends, you can download the PDF form, right? So that is all from my side in this session. We shall catch up again tomorrow 9 p.m. The time is different from the normal timing that I normally take the classes on. But let's catch up at 9 p.m. for a few super interesting questions on refraction. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and in terms of Unacademy, let's crack it. Thank you very much.